call this meeting of the Library Commission, Monday, August 7th, to order. Roll call. Should we all just, turn on your mics and we'll go.
Lily Worvey.
Great.
Monica Parmar.
Julie Scheissobel.
Mark
Ann
Scheer.
Oh,
sorry. It's quite all right.
Ann Park.
Okay, Pledge of Allegiance. Let's see, you want to do the pledge, Lily? Great. Where's the?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So our first item this evening is approval of the agenda. Is there any motion on?
I would like to make a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved. Is there a second?
I second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor of approval of the agenda?
Aye.
Aye.
And I abstain. I wasn't here. Approval of the minutes. Oh, that's what I meant. Actually, it was the minutes. I wasn't here, so I didn't abstain. I'm for it.
Okay, good.
Approval of the minutes of June 5th. A motion to approve?
I make a motion to approve the minutes of the meeting of June 5th.
Okay.
I second the motion.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, I abstain. Announcements, so it stands approved. Announcements and introductions. Got to get back into the groove of doing this, Announcements and introductions. Are there any announcements tonight? No? It's kind of a slow, quiet summer, I guess. All right. No public comment, I don't think, unless you received something. Okay. Student commissioner appointment. We're already to that. Barbara, are you talking to that?
I will.
Okay.
So according to the Calabasas Municipal Code, our commission may appoint or reappoint a high school student that resides in Calabasas as a member of the library commission. And the previous student library commissioner graduated this spring. The city clerk posted a notice for opening of a new student commissioner. 2 applications were received. Interviews were conducted on Tuesday, June 20th with a panel of 1 staff, that would be myself, and 2 library commissioners, Marlene Bumgardner and Ann Park. And the subcommittee is recommending the appointment of Lily Werv. And I just want to mention, too, the other applicant was absolutely wonderful. He was an accomplished young man, but I think the subcommittee felt that Lily had more recent library volunteer experience. So the requested action is to approve the appointment of the new student library commissioner.
I move to approve the appointment of the new student commissioner.
And I second that motion.
Seconded. Any discussion?
Welcome. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Did you want to say a few words and introduce yourself?
I'm Lily. I'm really excited to be here and to have my voice be heard and stuff.
Great. And can I ask really quickly, where are you in high school? You're at Calabasas?
I'm going to be a junior next year.
At
Yes,
Calabasas.
At Calabasas.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, well, welcome.
Thank you.
That's great. So we look forward to hearing from you. Okay, so now we are already at, where'd my agenda go? There it went. Communication with the Las Virgenes Unified School District. So, Lily, you're already, no, you're not on. Okay, so, Barbara, I think this is also you.
Yes, at the last commission meeting, you had asked me to communicate with the school district concerning the changes that we were making that you voted on about the new fees, and I talked about the the changes we're going to have with the databases and those things. So I did in fact send an email to Tina Johnson, who's the media director, the librarian there. And the email is included in the packet, and you can read that. And just let her know about the different databases, and, we were, I just want to mention this committee again, that we had a lot of renewals that we had done in April and May for the databases. So it really shouldn't affect the school district until next spring. We will have to cancel a few of them, and I think it's on here that I said to Tina. We didn't renew Gale and Context World History at the end of June. At the end of June, and I think ABC Clio is another one that we didn't do. Anyway, I did communicate, and I CC'd our city manager and Dan Stepanowski, but I have not heard back. It could be they're on summer vacation because that's when I did it. So I should wait to hear and see what they have to say. And this is just informational only. Do you have any questions about it, though?
I do.
Yes.
So you did actually speak with her before you emailed her?
Yes.
And
I
you just
called
let her know about the cutback in the funds due to
Yes.
Hidden Hills, and did she have any concerns at that time?
She
any
was
questions?
concerned about the digital cards, and thinking that it wasn't all that much work, but actually it does take a lot of our staff time. But we want to be a library for the school district, so it's something we haven't made a decision on. I would like to continue the digital cards.
And
but
did she seem to think those were important?
Yes, she does.
Would it be possible for the school district to supply some payroll for the library? I don't know if that's doable.
That's a good question. What happens now is they give us the records, we download them, but then we have to submit all the new library card numbers to our vendors, and we have many vendors. And then over the year, every time someone new comes in or drops out, then Carolyn, who's in charge of digital services, has to make modifications. So it's not a simple, we give you this and we download it. There is work involved. But, and then I said to Tina, those Gale databases that we're not renewing, she can certainly contact Gale, and they can pick those up themselves.
Was she concerned about that one in particular?
No, she wasn't that concerned.
Okay. All right, good.
Yeah.
And you're hoping that you're going to hear back from her and maybe the superintendent when everybody's kind of back in and going through this. Is it possible that you could maybe just, reply all on this email, just saying I'm looking forward to hearing from your feedback?
Sure.
Just, that little nudge.
Yeah.
It
I
has
said
been
if you
summer.
have any questions, contact me, but
Right.
they didn't. But it could be, again, they were on summer vacation. And now they're probably super busy getting ready for the school year. So I'll wait a little while.
Okay, great. That's wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Got a couple questions for you.
Sure.
So, one is there any software that we don't have that would help with the processing of those digital cards?
No, we have the software. It's Polaris.
It is,
Yeah.
okay. So
It's just staff time. It's not
it
software.
can't be automated.
It is automated. And so when they give us all the student records, it's automated. It takes, they run the download at night, and then the IT staff and Carolyn goes through it to make sure everything went through. So that's not a lot of time, and that's what Tina was saying. This shouldn't be taking a lot of time. But then all the vendors have to be notified of all those different changes.
Almost knocked that over. I'm sorry. So if the vendors weren't notified and if they didn't update their records, then when the student went to use it with that vendor, it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
I got it.
We have to put a run of numbers in there for it to work.
I assume all the vendors do things differently from each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, during COVID, when they were relying on our databases, Carolyn was, at 10 o'clock at night, she'd get a frantic call or an email from a mom or, a student or a teacher saying, I need to I need to do my homework or, assign this, and I can't get on the database, or I can't get in the ebooks. And so then she would have to take all their information, put it in. So it takes a little bit of time.
Interesting. The other question is the databases we're losing versus the ones we are keeping. Is there some overlap in subject matter?
Yes, I'm glad you asked that, because a lot of those were not renewing, like middle school in context, world history in context, science in context. Those are subsets of Gale general database, which we are keeping. That's the most expensive one, but the in context were specifically made for middle schoolers. So it was easier to use. It was more visual. It had chunky block writing, that type of thing. And the general Gale general file is more academic. So but they can still find the same information. And kids are smart these days, right? They know how to use the internet.
Yeah.
So.
Do we have any system that shows how much usage per program?
Yes.
So that you know that this is a very popular one and
Yes.
this is being utilized by students?
Yes, in fact, I think Tina mentioned that to me on the phone call, that we had pretty high statistics and they were using it.
Okay.
So we just have to, kind of instruct the students to go to the general one file. And, of course, other libraries, LA County, they have tons of databases. Same with LAPL, because they have so much more money. They're so much bigger. And students can actually get digital cards online. They can apply for them online. And so it's not that much of a hardship, really. It's just it's just easier because they're already in there when we do the digital download of their records. So it would just take another 2 minutes for a student to sign up with one of those other libraries.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Any other questions? No? Okay, so that was an information item. So now we will, you ready for your
This
report?
is me again. Okay. I feel like all I do is talk here. Okay. Let me see what.
It's probably easier here than at home.
Right. Okay, along the same lines as what I was just talking about, at the next city council meeting on August 9th, there is a consent item. It's your consent item, actually. So you might want to attend that meeting, and you could attend it by Zoom. I'll read it to you for 1 minute, what it is. It's what you did at the last commission meeting. So it's a recommendation from the Library Commission to institute a $100 library card fee for non-residents in jurisdictions without free reciprocal library borrowing privileges. And the full city council agenda report is you can look on the website and read the full report. So it is on consent, but if they pull it out and have questions, you might want to attend the meeting. You don't have to go physically, you could just do it by Zoom. So that's coming up. I will be there to answer any questions. Just generally, in the library, we have 2 book clubs coming up next week. The Tuesday night book club, we're reading Paper Palace, and the Wednesday morning book club, they are reading Huckleberry Finn, and everybody's welcome to attend. So, I always get questions, are you all full? And we're like, no, anybody can attend. Another thing that's coming up is that it was the 25th anniversary of the library in July. But we had so many things happening in July that we postponed it. And we wanted to make sure the city council could attend. So there's a tentative date of October 8th. It's a Sunday. And it won't be a whole long day thing like we did for the 20th. It'll probably be just a couple hours in the late afternoon. And we are planning on doing just recognizing Ellen at that meeting.
That would be nice.
So, and we'll do some other things. We'll probably have some music and cake, whatever. So everyone's welcome to attend that too. It'll be free, open to the public. And at our next meeting, I'll let you know all the actual details. And speaking of the next meeting, we'll have a report on the summer reading program. We will have certificates for all the student volunteers that helped us this summer. And we'll have we have an archivist, Brian Rooney, who'll give a short report on this new website he's developed that is Calabasas historical information. And it's pretty cool. He's been working on it for a year. He's taken all the pictures and digitized them. We got a grant for this about 2 years ago, and he's been digitizing it. It's now on our website. So I asked him to give a report for you because it'd be interesting. And our next meeting's supposed to be September 18th. That's our regularly scheduled meeting. So I don't know if you saw, if Sarah already sent this to you, but you know, we actually usually meet the third Monday of the month. So when we change it, we have to do a special meeting and cancel the special meeting, blah, blah, blah. So it's easier if we could all do it on that date. And that's it for me.
Wow. Great. Any questions?
I just have a question about the book clubs. Do we advertise that in any way? Is there an actual link somehow so that people can share that? Because I know people ask all the time if there's local book clubs, and I know a lot of them go to the ones at Barnes & Noble. I'd rather have them coming to the library.
Yes, it's on our website, on the events page, and also in our e-news that we send out. And we send that e-news out to a couple hundred people. But anyone can sign up for the e-news. On our website, they tell you how to sign up.
Okay. Believe it or not, we're already to future agenda items. Does anybody have an agenda item they'd like to add?
I don't remember, I remember kind of vaguely the 20th anniversary, and can't believe that was 5 years ago already. But is there something you want us as commissioners to do during the 25th? Is there?
Yeah, I'd love you all to attend, and I don't know if you have ideas, let me know. I don't know, we did such a big deal for the 20th. We had speakers and music and games, and I want to do something a little different. So if you have ideas, please let me know. I'm really open to that. And if you'd like to speak, that'd be great, too. Anything, just let me know.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You know, that might be something to put on the agenda as well for next time. See.
Do you want to, just ideas? We can brainstorm some ideas?
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
And then I would like to circle back to the LVUSD, so hopefully that we have had some communication. I can attest to the fact that they are super busy right now, so probably in the next couple weeks, but I agree that maybe we should just nudge them a little bit to give us some more information so that we can, be able to answer if there's any questions after the fact also. So I definitely think that should be on the agenda for next time. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else to bring up tonight? No? All right, well, there's not even in time for a baseball game. It's already been played, so I guess everyone can have dinner. So we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I will second that motion.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Any opposed? I didn't hear any. Okay. We're adjourned till September.
Wonderful.